Welcome to You, Me, and a Blunt Conversation with your host, Solana and Jadyn. Please be advised, watching You, Me, and a Blunt Conversation may cause rational thinking while applying common sense to your cognitive reality. Topics can be controversial, yet triggering. For those with pre-programming algorithms, resist the urge to leave. Watch and listen with intention of remembering who you are. Please sit back, relax, smoke 'em if you got 'em, as we defeat the tech and its inventors with a much-needed blunt conversation. Please like, comment, share, and follow.
Hello and welcome to another round of You, Me, and a Blunt Conversation with Solana
and Jadyn.
And today we are going to talk about dreaming. I mean, how many of you dream? How many of you remember?
Remember your dream.
Remembering the dream is like, you almost got to be awake in the dream to be able to remember it. And even then, but then we got to talk about why people can't remember dreams, because dreaming is part of our psionic abilities, right? I mean, that is one way to receive messages, to have contact with the other side. I have always been a very lucid, prophetic dreamer. And I mean, sometimes, if I have a dream 3 times, it's happening.
Right.
I mean, it's never failed. Every time I dream 3, it could be a different scenario, but it's the same outcome, right? And so that is a prophetic dream because it actually takes place and happens. So tell me about your dream though, because I tell you what, so many people.
The same dream that I have over and over again, that is extremely vivid, and it's like the only dream that I can really remember over the past couple of years that I have, besides other ones that involve other people that we're not going to get into. This one crazy dream that I always have over and over again that I can always seem to remember, and it usually happens after I wake up after a long night's sleep, and then I'll wake up around like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and then fall back asleep.
Yeah.
And I get into a REM, and it's just the same dream over and over again where I'm with my family and we're in this random place, but we could be in like a trailer because we've lived in a trailer before. It could have been this 2-story house. It's just like these random locations every single time, but we're always by some water. And there's always this crazy storm that comes in out of nowhere and like floods the house, floods where we're at, and we have to like get to safety, and I have to like figure out a way to like get out of there. And it's just extremely vivid, extremely real in that moment. Right. I can't explain to you how real it feels whenever it's going on, and it's the only dream in the past few years that I can like vividly remember having over and over again.
Right. Well, so let me ask, how do you feel? I mean, because again, when you dream, especially the same dream over and over and over again, you realize that there's some patterns going on.
Right. Something's happening.
Something's happening, but especially when you're dreaming about water, it's very emotional. That's an emotional, anyway, a water represents our emotion. So what do you think that is representing of in your life for you?
I think it's representing, well, at the time, I think I was going through a lot of emotional turmoil in like my relationship and things like that. So I think, and also having to grow up and like be the oldest in the household between me and my siblings, and having to like take on that role of like having to help everybody, you know what I mean? In times where like it was really, really stressful and traumatic.
Right.
I had to take on that role of being like, okay, you have to like step up, and like having to almost grow up faster.
Right, because you're the oldest.
Because I am the oldest.
There is more expected of you.
Grab onto the reins, like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that can be a lot. That can be very challenging, especially for a kid. I mean, yeah, you're the oldest, but we're talking, all this happened under the age of 12.
Right.
Right. And the safety issues, because that's one of the things that just all of us really want is to feel comfortable, safe, be able to go to sleep at night, not worry about what's going to happen. And unfortunately, most of us don't get that peace, calm kind of life. We can all say we've been abused in one way or another. So, and the other interesting thing is that, when you have siblings living up in the same house, right, being raised in the same house, you're all going through the same kind of experiences, but you're all receiving it differently. Your perception is different depending on your age and where you fall in the lineup. Even though I like to say that I am second born with firstborn responsibilities, because I feel like I took that role. It wasn't just I didn't take the role; it was put on me, and I accepted it. And so, yeah, it's different though when you're talking about how you're dealing and coping with your emotions. Everybody deals and copes with it differently as well. So for me, every time you tell me about that dream, and it's always a reoccurring in every house that you've lived in. And again, it's a lot. It's a big responsibility for the oldest child.
I didn't realize that. Like, it's every location like I've ever lived in.
Every location you lived in with your parents, right? And again, it's not your parents' fault. This is just the way that they have this society has made it normal, right? This is the norms that we're all just supposed to adjust to our dramas and traumas. Get through it. Crazy world, because we shouldn't even be having no dramas and traumas, but because we do. Your dreams are a processing center. They're going to take your emotions, they're going to take your experiences, and they're going to try and allocate them, where they need to go. Now, if you're having a reoccurring dream, that means you're still dealing with the anxiety of, or as we like to say, the trigger. Right? Because all these things are triggers that from your emotional, and they're from your childhood even. It's like you've moved on, you've grown up, you've had your own houses now, and you don't have that dream in those houses.
In those places that I've been.
So it just tells you a childhood. That's what they do, though. They build us all these traumas and traumas, and then we're supposed to just learn how to deal with it. We don't, without even being shown how to. You're not shown any coping skills. You're just shown that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Wait a minute.
Hang on.
How am I supposed to adjust my psyche to that reality? But your dreams, though, are processing it. And so I think that they're also trying to trigger it, right? I mean, because again, we've just recently found out that they are not just manipulating our dreams, they're advertising. To you wake up wanting something, it's because they've been sending you ads all night long, and promos, commercials, in your dream state. So they're manipulating, they're infiltrating our psyche in that moment, in every moment that we're sleeping. Some people can't even dream. They don't have any memory of dreaming.
I mean, can we talk about that really quickly? Some people can't even see anything in their mind's eye, which I find super fascinating. They can't even close their eyes and see an apple or a horse or any imagery whatsoever. They just see black. I think that's so interesting, and they've never been able to see.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm being rude and not past. Because here's the thing. They're being blocked.
Well,
you're It's okay. 3, 2, 1. We're being blocked. I mean, I was having an interesting conversation with your brother the other day, and he was letting me know, because a few things have switched up for him, right? It's not the same kind of connections that you had, so different kind of connections, and so you're actually partaking in different types of herb,
right?
And so certain herbs are preventing him from dreaming. So when he does these other herbs, vivid dreams.
Dreaming again.
I mean, it was just like he told me it was like a flood, gate just opened up, and he just started having these vivid dreams again. And again, he noticed it when he was doing the medical versus what we call regs, right? And so the medical, and so many people are on that right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's been a thing now since 2014 is when they started legalizing it, right? Colorado was the first one. So we're, and again, even before that, though, it was sold just because it wasn't legal.
Right, on the streets.
I mean, it wasn't out there.
I bet.
So, which I'm grateful. That was one of my signs of some things happening, the legalization of. But anyway, so when you think about it, because again, that medical is synthetic.
Yep.
It is not the original. Yes, they're able to just as they are altering our DNA, and genetically modifying seeds of vegetables.
Right.
They're doing the same thing they've been actually, not to get into this whole thing about the blunts, but they've been actually creating that in labs for over 100 years, trying to duplicate the properties that are in what we call regs, the original OG seed. And so they've been, changing it, giving it different strands. That's why you got all these crazy names. I can't believe some of the names. But anyway, and it was all designed so that they could put a control mechanism in it.
Right.
And it's one of the things is to stop you from dreaming. So, and I know that that's used medically, and so it's not like you can't get it, or not that you can't get it, but that you don't need it, and you should be doing it. So try something different. Try and get a hold of some regs, because it does alter your dreaming
state.
Because and again, most people can't even get into a REM state
right in the first place.
That's why they're always woken up every 2.5 hours. They're constantly, for whatever distraction is put in, whatever given to wake them up, disrupt their sleep so that they can't get into a complete and total REM state. So there's other things blocking the dreaming, because your dreams are very prophetic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you should be able to have messages come through. You should be able to, again, as far as dreaming, the actual total conscious, subconscious thing that happens in it, of course, you're going to go through your days. And then at the end of it, when you're going to sleep, you're going to have what they call dump dreams.
Right.
Where it's just everything you've seen through the day just kind of dumps out of your consciousness. So you can get through and filter through to the messages. That's how it's supposed to work. But then they let you go through that dump dream. So you just, even if you can remember dreaming, it's just nonsense. Doesn't make sense.
I've had so many crazy, just weird dreams. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no rhyme, no reason. And then it doesn't go beyond that state, because you can't get into a REM to be able to get into that deep. Because most messages that happen, it's not like, sometimes, yes, you will have like what seems like dream, like over hours over the night. That has happened. But then right before you wake up, that's when the dreams are giving you messages. The most important thing to remember is right when you wake up, if you have any memory of a vision or a dream, write it down.
Yeah, I just go to my notes.
Yep. Write it down, record it. That way you're writing it down. So you're putting into that subconscious and conscious that you want to work together, that you're going to remember them. You're putting action to your dream. And so then you can start recording them and write down each one you have. And over time, even you'll see that you're going to get messages, and you might even see some pattern in even those vague dreams. Because dreams are crazy.
They are crazy.
But those are the dump dreams. But I've even had prophetic dreams where I'm going through some crazy stuff, but then like the key things that happen in that dream actually happen in my life.
Right. They play out in real life.
Yeah.
Like how it happened in your dream.
So that's why I say dreams are very important, and it's one thing that we're being blocked from, though. And, we can go round and round about the whys and how you're being blocked, but your whole consciousness is being manipulated, right? We're talking about your waking state, your sleeping state,
your subconscious.
Everything is like in this turmoil, and you're constantly being triggered by those emotions that are attached to whatever turmoil. And that's another thing, that prevents you from being able to get into a dream state, because you may not even be able to sleep.
Right.
There's so many people that are insomniacs right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I gotta have at least 6 hours.
I know, I'm like taking a nap at like noon every day.
It's like exhausting.
Right.
If you don't sleep. And so their whole patterns can be messed up. And I know people that have just naturally, without any assistance from any drugs, just stayed awake for almost 48 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's not that they wanted to, right? They just couldn't get stopped, right? They couldn't stop what they were doing. It was just like they were, even though by the end of it, they're all fog-brained and
Right. I mean, at that
can't
point,
complete a sentence, let alone the
yeah.
task, right? What's that about? So it's like, okay, we have to really think about what's in our environment, what is and can cause, us to be so distorted that we can't. But again, you're distorted all during the day. Even some people can't like really form and keep a consciousness of what they're doing unless they've been given a task. And this is, ABC, this is, how to go. But it can be really messing with your psyche all day if you're not dreaming, if you're not sleeping, if you're not processing.
That's true.
And that's where, again, your chakras come in to assist, because the more you're in that energy, the more you can really find that clarity and that cohesive manner in which to, find yourself.
Especially in the third eye area, your crown chakra. I mean, because that's where you're seeing.
Yeah.
Well, I keep disappearing.
We're going to have to work that out.
But yeah, that's where you're seeing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're trying to, you're a human being trying to get through your day. You're just, so distracted by all these things that are happening that you don't have time to process.
Right. There's so much stuff hitting you at one time.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Which keeps you off kilter, which again, that's what they want. They want you to be off centered, off balanced. Because that's the goal. It's to be in that balance, to be in that center, to be able to have your dreams, realize that your dreams are messages, and not just messages, but guidance also, right? And then also, what do you feel about dreaming about past over loved ones? Have you ever?
I mean, I have dreamed about Trinity, and I've dreamed about Papa, and yeah, I really haven't had any other dreams with any other loved ones besides them, but
what was that like though for you, especially when you dreamt about Trinity? Because again, Trinity is our twin granddaughter that was born to my youngest daughter, and we have her other twin, Sadie, that is still with us and very much a daily reminder because they were identical twins.
Identical twins, just like me and my sister.
No, 2 sets of identical twins from my children. Awesome. I love it. Okay. I always wanted twins because they're in my family, but they skipped me and went to my 2 daughters. So
yeah, but those are dreams were forever ago. I mean, I can hardly remember them now, but I just remember like seeing them in my dreams, and it being like they were there, you know what I mean? Like they were right there. I could reach out, touch them, grab their hand, you know what I mean? Like talk to them. It felt like they were sitting right next to me, and I was talking to them, and it felt very real.
When you saw Trinity, was she 2? Was she? Because she passed away when she was 2 years old.
Very young. Yeah.
Because sometimes you can have a progression dream.
Right. When they're older.
When they're older. They can come to you and show you what they're doing.
Which I'm sure Sadie has.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
All the time.
She does dream about Trinity all the time. She feels Trinity with her a lot, even in the waking moments, right? Because that's just, her connection. That's her twin. She's going to always feel that.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, the connection I feel with Mariah and me, and we're both here on this physical plane of Earth. That connection, whenever you have somebody on the other side, is so much more intense. So,
yeah.
Wow.
I know.
What a beautiful thing.
I know, right? And so when you dreamt about Papa, what was it like, as if he were alive also? And that's the other thing. How did they look, right? Did they look like they were healthy? Did they look like they were sickly?
They look healthy. They don't look like the way that you remember them when you last seen them, or, they don't look sickly at all. They look healthy.
Yeah. Right.
Why would they look anything other than
Well, because sometimes, again, people don't realize this, but even that can be infiltrated, right? That experience can be infiltrated. I mean, I have had dreams where I was presented it as being someone that I was close to that passed away. And then in the middle of the dream, they turned to the other person, to some other person.
Oh, wow.
And it was like they were more aggressive, more violent, more just intrusive in my dreams.
Yeah.
I know, right? But Yeah, but again, dreams can be like confusing at the same time because only because they're going to seem discombobulated because the energy around you is discombobulated, right? If we were in a cohesive way of living, this is what we're doing, this is, the good things, it'd be a whole other world. But it would be a more cohesive world, and you would understand that, the dreams, the synchronicities, the the things that you receive from other people, other people, as far as, like, say you've got an issue on your heart, you've been praying to God about it, and we don't limit how that answer is going to come to us. It might come through another person who has no idea that they're giving you the message, right? If they just say something and you're just like, well, that is the answer I have been looking for. Thank you, God. Because God will, we don't limit how God's going to bring it to us. We just know He is. And so to be able to have that work out in your life, to live, to know that you're not alone, to know that you got this whole system inside that is working with you, connected to your creator source and Mother Earth. And it's just a flow that is just beautiful and constant and reassuring, right?
Definitely.
You're building confidence, right? I mean, and that's the other thing. So, like, when you're dreaming and you're younger, of course, you're going to have more fears build up around.
Yeah. I remember some crazy dreams when I was younger.
like where someone chasing you?
Yeah, getting chased a lot, like at playgrounds and stuff like that, like just like by clowns and stuff, like the most terrifying dreams as a child. Yeah.
That's interesting that it was clowns. Do you know they use clowns, and it's kind of sickly, but this is what they've done because your mother in particular had an irrational fear.
Yeah, she hates clowns.
Still, to this day, hates clowns. And when I, of course, she's younger and I'm trying to work with her and figure out why this irrational, I couldn't even take her to the circus. I mean, this is bad. She would freak out. And then doing research about it, though, I had read some experiences other dream certified people had with their clients. And in such a case of, in doing research, finding out that working with those that have had these irrational dreams of clowns, they were actually able to relay it to abductions.
Oh, wow.
UFO abductions, children being taken, right? And then it's the last thing they see is this freaking clown. Like the clown was responsible for whatever they had just experienced, and not the entities or people.
Right.
We don't know who's abducting them, because I'm telling you right now, it could have been our government. I mean, it could have been our military. I mean, it could have been... there are other things that can infiltrate in your dreams, give you scenarios that make you think it's a clown,
right,
and not what it really probably was. And there's a lot of stuff you can go into with even that as to what's happening. And I mean, I even write about it in my book about how I feel I was abducted, straight out of my window in my bedroom, right through the wall, abducted. Not only that, then my children I know were abducted. So with your mom in particular, trying to help her adjust to that it wasn't the clowns. Don't have that fear. It was like so inbred, it's so stuck in her head,
right,
that it was this horrible clown that she had no choice but to keep that fear.
Wow.
And so it's a process. I mean, she's older now. I haven't talked to her about it recently, but that was something growing up we had to deal with, was her irrational fear of clowns. I mean, my God, don't be dressed up in a clown in Halloween and come over to my house. She'll freak the fuck out. But that's what they do, though. They inlay different images to make you think it's something other than what it is. And so, there's so much going. That's why to know thyself, know thy true self. Know and understand that your dreams, while they may seem erratic and crazy, it's probably because you're not going into a REM. You're not able to actually experience a dream. You're just in the dumping grounds,
right?
And that's where they want to keep you.
Yep. right there on the surface between REM and awake, like your mind's awake, but your body isn't, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes. So they can mess with you.
Mhm.
And who are they? I know I keep saying they. Everyone's like, who's they? Well, if you look around, just do some research. You will find that they're able to manipulate your thoughts, your actions, your words. They're able to make manipulate your opinion. And it's so in our face right now. At the same time, people are just trying to rationalize what's happening, so they're blaming the people instead of what's going on in the background.
Mhm.
And that's where we go to the root of things, to discovering what's going on that's causing, creating these manipulations. If you look, then you'll see who's doing it. Hmm. Maybe we'll talk about that on a future.
Right.
Because that's some crazy stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, the deeper you dive, the deeper you go down that rabbit hole, the more you find out, and you're just like, but you'll see that I feel like it just makes for a more cohesive understanding. I don't look at it fearfully.
Right, yeah.
What's going on? I'm empowered by the fact that I can see things and help others.
Yeah, the knowing of.
Yeah, because in you knowing who you are, then trusting and having more confidence in what you're experiencing, you're helping those people around you.
Right.
That's all I mean. I'm not saying I'm any better or
No,
below,
right.
beneath, nothing. I'm just saying that I feel like our biofield concurrence, that's how it works, right? Being able to keep all of us in a connection. So when we do hear something, it clicks the thing going, wow, okay, yeah, I needed to hear that. And it gives you a different perspective and gives you a different way to deal through your day.
And you don't just like brush it off. You're like,
Right.
oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah, no such thing. No such thing as coincidence. No. Synchronicities. This is where we live. Because that's where you get messages. That's where you get awareness. That's where you get, information.
Yep.
And so, but your dreams are part of it.
Downloads. I like to
downloads.
say,
and those downloads can actually happening in your dreams, right? You can receive all kinds of information in your dreams. And so it's more, just be conscious. And one of the ways also that people have been getting some results in remembering their dreams is by putting a polished amethyst in a glass of water. Like, you only want to put like a quarter cup of water and a little because the amethyst raw will disintegrate in water. Don't use that. But the polished amethyst. And then you just leave it in the water overnight, drain it. Don't leave it in that water all the time.
Right.
Drain it in the morning. But that water, again, that water, because we're 90, whatever percent water. So we can really connect in to water. And when you have a crystal amethyst in it, that amethyst is going to help providing the protection, the grounding, and also opening up that third eye.
Amplify completely.
To help you dream. So they have had success with that.
That's
so
awesome.
That's one way that you can help yourself get through your dream or get through your sleeping and dream. Yeah. And then also the intention, right? Every night before you go to sleep, you're looking at whether or not you do the amethyst, you're telling yourself to remember. Yep. And you want to tell yourself, elongate your biofield, keep you in that protection overnight, help protect your psyche so that you can dream. And, you have to like retrain the receptors in your brain, because the receptors in your brain have been rogue. They have been like doing whatever this other energy says. Yeah, you're getting fried with the electrocution, radiation, and all the harvesting they're doing. But so many things. But yeah, definitely just being able to have that conscious intention though. And we should walk around in that intention of peace, health and abundance, taking it out from that heart center, saying it out to everyone around us. Walking around protecting yourself. I mean, energetically and physically. Yeah, definitely energetically, because then what you're putting out is better than what they're taking from you, right? Because right now you're constantly being drained. That's why you feel exhausted and can't dream also, because you're exhausted. You're so drained, you can't even dream. You're just so tired when you do get to lay down.
Yeah.
For whatever amount of time. So, that
But
exhaustion.
scrolling on our phones, doom scrolling doesn't help.
The
It
screen
keeps the
time.
mind awake.
And
We don't
that
give ourselves time to rest, really, ever.
No, you don't. We don't stop. And you never stop thinking. It's hard to turn your brain off and stop thinking. Even when people try to meditate, they're getting flooded with,
It's constant
feelings and emotions, and it's like making it harder. So.
When that happens, though, especially when I'm trying to fall asleep and my mind is just completely flustered with like so many different thoughts, I really try to just look at my thoughts like visitors. So I'll put them in bubbles and then I'll watch them kind of just float away.
Yeah.
And that helps
That's
me
a good
personally.
way to look at it. Like they're just visitors coming in to say, hey,
right.
okay, bye-bye.
Acknowledge them, don't ignore them. Because then they'll fester, but you know what I mean? Like just put them in a bubble, acknowledge them, and watch them float away.
Yeah. I mean, because again, you're pushing it away. You're pushing that energy out of your psyche. And that can be done on so many different levels as well. So keep that in mind.
Right.
When you're talking about pushing energy away, it's like I wrap it up and put it in that bubble also in my hand and pull it and push it away. So same thing can be done for any kind of energy that you feel around you. Any thought, any kind of feeling.
I mean,
immediately wrap it up in that bubble and away from you because it's not yours.
No.
It's not yours. 9 times out of 10, your thoughts are not even your own because again, you're walking around in different energies, frequencies, people.
Yeah, I mean, your own energy field extends how many feet away from you?
As far as you want.
Yeah.
Typically, naturally, 6 feet around you, 10 feet around you. I extend it even further. So you can extend it to wherever you need to go. That's where we connect to other people. That's why we do astral Reiki and, help other people in different ways energetically to be able to go inside. Because it's all about empowering them with their own energy system, not about, anything other than helping them, empower them with their own. Can't give it to them. They have to activate it. They have to take command and authority of their own bodies. You're not used to doing that.
Nope. Yeah, it feels foreign.
Because you've never been taught that that's something you got to do is to keep your center, right? No, it's be in the chaos. But what I say, we're the calm in the chaos.
Yeah.
And the more you practice that in your life,
the more it becomes and feels natural.
You're retraining the receptors in your brain to accept the new commands. Same with the dreaming. Because again, that's part of your abilities is to have those prophetic dreams, those message dreams, those dreams.
Cognitive dreams.
Oh, have you ever lucid? Well, I guess you're not. I was going to say, have you ever lucid dreamed, but you don't remember.
So there was this one time in the house in the woodlands, actually, whenever I was doing mushrooms and things of that sort, a lot. But yeah, there was this one morning where I did lucid dream and I came, well, lucid dreaming and astral projecting, I say, are 2 types of different things. So lucid dreaming is whenever you can be alert and control of your dreams, and astral projection is actually coming out of your body and being able to kind of essentially go anywhere, you know what I mean, out of your physical body. So I was lucid dreaming and I became suddenly aware that I was dreaming and I was able to do pretty much whatever I wanted. I controlled the entire dream. It was insane. Wow. I think that's what the difference between lucid
knowing
dreaming.
You're awake.
Yeah, knowing you're awake.
Knowing you're in a dream. Aware. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Knowing you're in a dream, you're like, wait, hang on a minute.
And becoming in complete control.
And then being able to take control. Yes, that's
it's an insane feeling.
Isn't it? I love it though, because it's like, oh, I realized.
But sometimes there was a lot of times before that happened where I would startle myself awake because you get too excited. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm in control. And then I wake up.
Yeah. Right. Oh, well.
And then I'm annoyed.
A little bit of control, but not much. But yeah, lucid dreaming is fun. I love it. Brian's a lucid dreamer also. That's my son. And his dreams. And so lucid dreaming is a different level of consciousness for yourself, right? Because again, you're dreaming and you're remembering and you're able to put the visual after you wake up. And so then that all leads to being able to be awake in that dream.
Right.
To be able to know you're dreaming, that especially if you've got a crossed over loved one that's in that dream, My God, I chased Kevin one time.
Oh, really?
Oh God, yeah, we were in somebody else's house. I don't even know. And I walked around this one door and I saw him going like down out this other door down a hallway. And I was like, that's Kevin, you know, and I said, and I know he's not here.
Right.
And so I wanted to go around and, you know, meet him, find a way to get around him in this other hallway in this house. And in the meantime, I see this guy laying on this couch over here, and it looks like his friend Timmy. And so I was like, oh, hey, Timmy. But I'm like zoomed in on trying to find Kevin and grab him. I want to hug him, right? I hadn't got to hug him since he passed away. And so I'm thinking, let me just find him and get around. So I go and I chase him down this hallway and I capture him.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I stop him and I'm able to, you know, just say, oh my God, I've missed you. And, you know, give him a big hug. And I'm like, how have you been? He goes, I'm doing good. He goes, matter of fact, I wanted to bring Timmy here to see you. And I'm like, what? And because again, that whole story, I feel like I at one point helped Timmy cross over. And that was a whole nother crazy. But let me keep on this track. So he was like, Timmy wanted to say thank you, you know, for helping him. And oh my God, I just looked at Timmy and he looked at me and he was like, you know, so grateful. And he was just like, thank you, thank you. He was just chilling on the couch. He didn't get up to hug me or nothing.
Right.
He was just sitting over on that couch. It was Kevin that was right before me. And so that was amazing. He just came back to tell me. Awesome. And Kevin wanted to thank me also. Kevin thanked me. Timmy thanked me. It was also amazing encounter. And so, yeah, I woke up thinking, oh my God, I'm so glad I can lucid dream. And I got that message because, again, the whole situation with both of their passings, right? I mean, Timmy passed away back in, God, it was like 2008.
Oh, wow.
2008, pretty sure 2008, maybe 2010. Anyway, 2008, I believe. And I was visiting Arizona, because as I do, I go to Arizona as often as I can. I want to go again, actually. But anyway, I was visiting Arizona, and Kevin and I were just talking. We were sitting on the back of his truck having a beer. And he was having a beer, I wasn't. I was having a blunt. And we were talking about Timmy, because Timmy had just passed away 3-4 weeks before that. So we were just talking about him in general, right? And he was talking about how he felt Timmy around him, but he, you know, it wasn't a great feeling. He didn't feel like Timmy had crossed over, because when you have that feeling with them and they're discombobulated, they're not steady, they're kind of same talking as when they were alive, there's an issue.
Yeah.
And so in that moment, Kevin's phone rang. It was Timmy. He just looked at me, kind of freaked out, saw that it was Timmy, dropped the phone. He didn't answer it.
Wow.
He dropped the phone, freaked out, because we're talking about Timmy not crossing over. And here's Timmy calling on his phone. So he dropped the phone. And I was like, oh my God. You know, I said, maybe that was Timmy's son. I said, is Timmy's phone still on? You know, could that be his son needing to talk to you about something? Yeah, she's on the shelf. And so he was like, oh, maybe. So I was like, well, we got her. And then as we're saying that, you hear that, you know, ding, somebody left a voice message. So I'm like, we got to listen to that message. And it was Timmy. And he said, Kev, I haven't crossed over. And that's all he said. And so in that moment, I stopped. And I feel like I can help amplify this parascension. My book is all about helping others cross over. And so in that moment, I was able to uplift and just amp him up enough to where his energy could go and cross over.
That is crazy.
I had that recording for years on my hard drive.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Timmy saying, I have not crossed over. And in that moment, I took the opportunity and helped him. And so And then even after Kevin passed away, he passed away in such a way that was so quick. So because he died so suddenly, he couldn't believe it. He didn't cross over right away. And so even in that moment, it took a good 48 hours, I'd say, for him to come to me. And it was the day after Brian was visiting with me, you know, because Kevin was like his dad, right? It's a stepfather to him. And so that's how that's the relationship. And so he was there visiting me, and he was on a business call, of course, because he's still working, you know. He just was able to take off and come over, but he still had to work. So he was on a call, and I'm just sitting there, you know, just all in the feels, right? Of just feeling like he's not crossed over. And then all of a sudden I see him standing in my yard. He was standing right in front of my tree, my monkey tree. And I was like, oh my God, I just saw Kevin, which isn't a good thing, because it wasn't Kevin. Like he was like, looked distorted. And so I told Brian that, and he was like, oh, he goes, he's not crossed over. We have to help. In that moment, then we helped Kevin. Again, it's not like we are God and we pushed him to. No, we amplify your energy to help you be able to move up and beyond the frequencies that are holding you where you're stuck. And so that's what we do. We activate that in them. And so we helped him in that moment cross over. So it was really cool that he was able to come down. And I was able to have that lucid dream to be able to have that message from him that he's thanking me and Brian, and that Timmy was thanking me.
Wow.
Yeah, makes me cry. Yeah. Because again, it's so emotional, you know, to be able to be in this position, even to have that awareness, to be able to connect and assist even.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a gift.
It is. So you were saying I never told you that?
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever heard that story. I don't remember. I would have remembered that.
And again, I don't share everything, because some people look at me like I'm crazy because of my experiences, and I can't help. I don't plan them. I don't.
Right. It just happened. I mean,
it's not. It's who we are. It's who we're all meant to be, is working and operating in that energy of awareness.
Right.
Knowing what's in your environment, what's in your space, what the fuck is going on here. You got to have some clarity and balance to be able to see it. That's, again, working with your chakras and keeping that energy going and flowing is what amplifies and boosts you up and empowers you to your own psionic abilities. Yep. That's where we want to live. That's where we want to go. So I think it gives us hope, right? It gives us to be able to process, like even about dreaming about my mom. You know, my kids, Brian and Samantha, your mom, they've all had dreams with her. I've had dreams with her. I've had 2 so far. And so that just is so comforting.
Extremely.
Extremely. Because, you know, she's so missed. And so being able to have that connection to where you're interacting with her, and she looks so happy. She's just smiling the whole time. She's never spoken a word to any of us except for your dad. And she was poking his leg saying, wake up. Wake up. You could take that however you want in the wake up. It could have been, wake up to the shit that's going on around you. Let's do something. Or it could have been, get up. You need to go start that barbecue pit, because
my party's in a few hours.
Yeah. And that was the day of her celebration of life. They were going to wake up early and start those briskets and that pork butt. Anyway. So being able to have that is very comforting. Don't be afraid of it.
Right.
That's the other thing. That fear is not yours. No fear, no hesitation in whatever we do. Fear of what?
No, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm grateful for the connections and the being able to dream like that and sharing with everybody else that this is the norm. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Not be afraid. Be able to process, be able to get over, be able to move through, pilo through all the things that you go through. all the things.
Especially right now with the veil just being so thin. You know what I mean?
It is. Everyone's saying this is the Great Awakening. Can I just tell you, though, I've been hearing this is the Great Awakening for like the last 20 years. It's a slow process.
Speed it up.
Let's speed it up. Go. Boop. And everybody's awake. That would be awesome. In a blink of an eye.
It has been awesome to witness, though, especially me, the last, like, probably, I'd say 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, again, you know, it's just been a slow snail's crawl for me because I've been watching it for over 50 years. I mean, really aware in for over that.
Yeah.
Even though I'm forever 29. But anyway, so dreams. Live with the intention to remember your dreams. And don't be afraid of them, though, you know, and especially if you're someone who has nightmares, you can even control that dream.
Yeah.
I mean, you can turn around and stop the mind. Don't be cowarding.
I've done that.
Stop them.
I've stopped them in a bad dream where I'm like, oh wait, this is not real. You're not real. And I've counted down from 5 to 1. And that's usually how I get out of a bad dream.
You find yourself wake up out, you know.
Yeah, I become lucid in the dream. And I'm like, wait, this isn't real. And I count back from 5 to 1. And that always wakes me up.
There you go.
But there's been some times where I get stuck.
Yeah.
Can I just talk about that too? I've been stuck where I'm like, okay, where it's like my mind's awake, but like my body won't move. So like my body's not awake yet, but my mind is. So I'm like, I'm aware that I'm awake, but like I can't wake up. So I've gotten stuck sometimes in a nightmare. Well, not in a nightmare, but in that
stuck
state.
Yeah, because
like
that's
stuck.
Crazy and
because
scary.
I'm awake, but like I can't move.
You can't move, and you can hear, and you can see.
Yes.
So did you hear or see anything in that moment?
I can't remember. That was so long ago. Where I got stuck in that state where like my mind's awake, but like I can't move.
They call that sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. That's happened a few times to me.
I have a different take on it because I have experienced that. And in those moments, it wasn't just that I couldn't move. Because again, lucid dreamer, I should be able to maneuver.
Right.
And so I was held down. There was no other way to describe what was happening to me other than I felt the pressure of someone on top of me holding me down. And that was just in one instance, right? And it's like, again, you're trying to scream, you're trying to wake up, you're trying to fight this, and you can't scream, you know, nothing, right? And then all of a sudden you wake up, right? Like all of a sudden they're off of you. And then this other time I was actually pushed up.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Against the ceiling, right? Pushed up, and I can feel myself up there struggling, trying to, you know, and I hear this voice, stop struggling and it will stop. And I'm thinking, okay, so I stopped struggling, and sure enough, I felt myself fall back down on my bed, immediately lucid, awake, jumped up and was like, what the fuck was that? You know, because never have I felt such a pressure.
Being pushed up.
Pushed, feeling myself stuck up, trying to breathe, being crushed up into the ceiling. What?
Yeah.
So
I felt myself being dragged out of my bed, like down from my bed.
Yeah.
I told you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people experience that too.
Where I'm like awake, but like I can't move, I can't scream.
They're moving your body.
Yeah.
And they call it sleep paralysis. They call it whatever, where you can't move, whatever. I have a different take because I feel I felt evil entity.
Yep.
I was a very negative experience. And again, these are things that they can do. They can control your dreams. They can manipulate you. They pulled me through walls. So there's stuff going on that people are not aware of, and think it's just normal. They think it's just normal to feel like you're, you know, you can't breathe, you can't move, you can't scream.
It's a crazy nightmare.
It's a crazy nightmare. That is not a dream. There's not a dream.
No,
That's a
going on there,
difference.
yeah.
I feel completely different when I have that experience. That
Me
is
too.
not
I haven't had
something.
that in a while, but I can vividly remember that feeling in my body right now, what it feels like to go through that.
I haven't had that experience since the ceiling, and that was back in 22.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had that in
22. Yep, 22, because we were in Galveston,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So that was a whole other kind of experience. And so you can feel the difference when you wake up and it's just so negative, but you feel like your body has been trapped. That's a different experience than dreaming. That is not sleep paralysis. Sorry, I have a different take on it. That's an experience of some entity, somehow, some way. Even if you speak about what they can do today, and they operate in this existence right beside you, where real people can come and go in your house, in your and you can't see them.
Right.
So these things are what are causing a lot of what we call in biofield rape, coming in your room and doing stuff to you. These are not dream states. There's a difference of what you're experiencing in that moment. It's not your dreaming.
Yeah.
Because your dreaming is not, it's being taken over. It's being manipulated. Your body, your psyche, your consciousness, your energy is being manipulated.
Sadly.
I mean, that's a whole other topic, because again, that had nothing to do with dreaming. That had nothing to do with dreaming. So
no, that's an experience.
That's an experience. So there's a lot of stuff going on while we're sleeping.
Yeah.
While you were sleeping. Oh my goodness, where are we?
I mean,
my God. So yeah. But in any case, the good news is that you can pile through. You can get through. You can, nothing that you dream, nothing you dream should leave a bad impression on you.
right.
I mean, if you're dreaming that you're going through some kind of nightmare, being chased by sausages or whatever it is, because that's been a dream of some guys. He was being chased by sausages, large, tall sausages. Does that make sense? But anyway, if there's other things that are happening. So go to sleep with the intention of remembering, right? Elongate that biofield. Protect yourself in that moment. Know that your energy is just as susceptible while you're sleeping as it is while you're awake. Be conscious. Be aware. No fear, no hesitation, knowing that you're protected. Right? It's like the more you become aware, the more you're going to feel attacks. Keep going though. Those attacks lessen. Yeah. Because the more you are piling in and keep it going through it, you're building up your strength. You're building up you're empowering yourself to be able to get through and maneuver. All right then. Well, that was a cool conversation. Thank you very much. Always nice to be able to sit and just, I mean, my God, if we recorded, I mean, we're just hanging outside, or
we'd had probably 5 podcasts up by now. We talk a lot.
We do. And it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Keep talking, keep chatting. So, all right then. Well, we will see you all next time. Yeah. And appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Yeah, and if you have any questions, right, let us know in the comments. Any questions or any experiences you might have had.
Yeah, let us know.
Oh my goodness.
I'm curious.
We're curious. So we appreciate you all. And we'll see you next time.